We're so done with new year, new you. This year, it's more you on Bumble. More of you shamelessly sending playlists, especially that one filled with show tunes. More of you finding Geminis because you know you always like them. More of you dating with intention because you know what you want. And you know what? We love that for you. Someone else will too. Be more you this year and find them on Bumble.
Build a routine with Ollie that supports your wellness needs, like getting your daily vitamins and minerals with Ollie's multi-gummies, or keeping your mood upbeat with all the vitamin D in Hello Happy. Give your gut health some support with probiotics, and wake up feeling refreshed after taking Ollie Sleep. Do wellness on your terms. Find Ollie at a Walmart or Target near you or at ollie.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pin Pull Podcast Network, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Covering news, notes, and opinions on your Philadelphia Eagles. I'm your host, Phil Stifley. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge, and of course, hosting Trending in the AM on the STT Sports Network. Link that below. Greatly appreciate you checking it out Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. for 90 minutes of Philadelphia sports talk where your opinions actually matter. Guys, it's Thursday. It's January 16th. Again, another day closer to the divisional round matchup with the Los Angeles Rams. And Wednesday, the Eagles got back to practice for the first time in the freezing cold Philadelphia air. Everybody looked cold out there at practice. But for some reason, Mr. Tough Guy Jalen Hurts out there without sleeves on as he's practicing and warming up for practice. Anyway, let's first start with the injury report. It was actually pretty clean considering how physical the game was with the Green Bay Packers. Saquon Barkley, Cam Jurgens, Jordan Mailata, Josh Sweat, all of them did not practice on Wednesday due to rest, due to maintenance. A.J. Brown did not practice due to rest and also his knee. And that was pretty much it. Byron Young, Kenny Pickett were full participants. That was all that was on the injury report this week. So no surprise that some of the linemen were getting some rest. Saquon, obviously, with his workload, getting the rest, and we're going to get into it because I think he needs to have big workload this upcoming week against the Rams. And I feel that way. One of the keys to the victory this week would be to get Saquon involved again. I know he had over 300 yards the last time we played the Rams, and that's not, always possible. You're very rarely going to get a running back having 300 all-purpose yards. But A.J. Brown being out, and he did say after practice was over that he expects to practice Thursday and then again not practice on Friday, just like last week. But I'm beginning to wonder if there's more to the A.J. Brown knee issue, not the personality issue, not the issue with the team. That's all fake and BS, and he's not getting traded to the Patriots or anything like that. That's all hocus pocus. That's just media-driven clickbait stuff. But I'm beginning to wonder if the knee is bothering him a little bit more. He claims he was good and full go on Sunday against the Packers, but one catch on 3 targets, is he being used more as a distraction? I don't know. It's just something that's been rattling around in the back of my brain that maybe he's just out there more in that distraction, mode because he can't go full. He can't really, get that separation speed. He can't quite cut on routes like he wants to. It's just something I'm theorizing in my head. I don't have any, straight facts on that. That's just my opinion. But whether that's true or not, I think one of the biggest keys to this game will be Saquon Barkley and him being used. And Jalen Hurts spoke after practice on Saquon Barkley on Wednesday. And, he was asked about, how teams are trying to stop Saquon Barkley. Now they're trying to stack the box against Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts said, I don't think there's been a game all year where he's been stopped. And the reporter, which I didn't catch the reporter's name, said, well, they've tried to. And he just responded very simply, they've tried. So the number one key will be to continue to feed Saquon Barkley the ball. We've already shown success. The Rams in the last 7 weeks have decided to blitz the passer a lot more than in the past. They only sacked Jalen Hurts once, and they only had 2 quarterbacks hits on him. But the Eagles have shown lately that they've been struggling to block the blitz. They got Sam Darnold for 9 sacks last week. I can see them trying to blitz Hurts a lot. And one, outside of pass protection, one of the biggest ways to stop a big pass rush is to run the football, to open up running lanes, stretch plays, whatever you got to do, get the ball into Saquon Barkley's hands. So I fully expect them to do that a lot on the Saquon Barkley conversation all over the place here. He spoke after practice, like I said, and he wants everyone to understand I play to win, and that's it. It's all about winning. The stats don't matter. The noise on the outside doesn't matter. Seth Joyner, love him or hate him, he's a very honest, opinionated former Eagle and media member. And he had a video, and it really rung true because it's what I've been trying to preach on Trending in the AM for so long about how winning is all that matters. And Seth Joyner, here's some of the words that Seth Joyner used to talk about Jalen Hurts on Wednesday. He's like, he said, people keep saying Hurts might be the reason why the Eagles don't get to the Super Bowl. And he's like, why don't y'all just shut up and enjoy the ride? He does. Every time he has to show up, he does show up. Every time he needs to make a play, he does make a play. People call him the weak link. He's a winner, and he makes it happen when it has to happen. And he, like me, Seth Joyner called out people like Justin Herbert and Jordan Love who have not gotten the job done, and especially this year, a combined 7 interceptions. So, I think the narrative that Jalen Hurts is the weak link is the wrong narrative to take. And I love how he says, just shut up and enjoy this ride, because this has been a hell of a ride this year for the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's enjoy it. I want to shout out something else here that I think goes under the radar a little bit. I want to mention the name Bobby King. Obviously, we've lost Nakobe Dean for the year. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. seems to be stepping up. Oren Burks is going to get a lot of playing time in his place. But also the fact that Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean had such great years. It's not just because of defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. Bobby King, the Eagles linebacker coach, especially if he hasn't already jumped up the board, especially with the way if the Eagles find a way to replace Nakobe Dean well, Bobby King's in line to get a chance to get a little bit of a promotion on some team, whether it's a defensive coordinator position or assistant defensive coordinator position. He's not going to be just an interior linebackers coach for much longer. And there's a strong chance 7 new head coaches, going to be named or have been named already in the NFL. They're all going to need defensive coordinators. Bobby King's name might be on a short list of names that might get some interviews and some phone calls, because what he has been able to do with the linebacker group here, and when he was in Tennessee a few years, last few years, what he's been able to do is pretty special. And, getting Zach Bond to be an all-pro when he's never played the position, and Nakobe Dean, who people were ready to move on to, and maybe whoever fills in for Nakobe Dean. I think it's somebody that I don't think enough Eagles fans even know the name Bobby King, and I think they need to learn that name. I think they need to know that name because Bobby King is doing a hell of a job this year. Guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown. Tomorrow on the show, Friday, final keys to victory and final score prediction. My mind right now is all over the place on score prediction, so we'll see where we go with that. But we'll do that tomorrow on Friday. We'll get the Thursday practice report in, guys. This is the Eagles Checkdown on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. I am Phil Stiefel. Hopefully I'll see you on Trending in the AM. Go Birds, and bubbles up.